What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a bit, like just over a month, right? Since we last tried to start this thing, get it running. Had some fireballs come out of the exhaust. Pretty much that was like my last weekend. I had to work on that, on the car, because I had deer hunting for whatever, 3 weeks. I like to deer hunt. It's one thing I like to do in this state of Minnesota, where it's freaking cold and snowy and trash all the time, like you guys just seen in the beginning of this video. It is on and off snowing today. It's wet, it's cold. It's not too bad, I guess. It's like 30 degrees today, but I don't know. So I was in a deer stand for 3 weeks, or 3 weekends at least. And then after that was Thanksgiving. So, you know, I had to do the whole Thanksgiving family thing, all of that jazz. Had a birthday in there, hung out with some friends. And then I jumped on an airplane and flew to Tampa, in Tampa Bay, Florida. Hung out there, hung out in Orlando, hung out in Daytona. Was down there for a little bit, jumped back on a plane, flew back, had work. And then now I finally have a weekend to come back out here and touch this thing, put my hands on it and try to figure out what went wrong or why. To be honest, I don't think anything went wrong. I'm pretty sure it's this coil unplug kit. After talking to so many different people about it, we all come to the same conclusion. It has to be that. We got fuel. I mean, we had spark, so I don't get why it's not popping off. The only thing I can think is on a B series, there's no crank sensor, there's no cam sensor. Everything's run through your distributor, right? For crank and cam signal. Well, maybe this distributor, being it's not like an actual Honda OEM distributor, it's whatever, OEM replacement, maybe this thing is acting up and not doing what it's supposed to do. So really, to eliminate all doubt or whatever, I'm just going to take off the CPR kit. I'm going to revert the wiring back to factory, and I picked up some we got some NGK spark plug wires, and we got another OEM replacement distributor, but we're just going to throw it on there. We're going to take the CPR kit off, and while we're doing that, I'm going to also double check all my work and make sure that everything was right. A lot of you might see that this thing's unplugged right now. Yeah, I just unplugged it a little bit ago. Don't worry, that was plugged in. I started disassembling it and I was like, you know, I should probably grab the camera or I'm not going to have a video. So, yeah. Yes, first step is the first thing I want to do, and I want to do it just so I confirm it myself and confirm it to all of you, is check top dead center and make sure the motor's timed right, because yeah, I already know somebody's gonna ask, well, did you check the timing? Yes, 8,000 times, but I'm gonna do it one more time so that I'm sure and you're sure and we're all sure and we can move on. So I'm gonna grab a ratchet, turn this thing over, get top dead center, and we'll look at the timing marks. All right, so let's hope that you can see this here. Maybe I dim the light down a little bit. Oh, we don't want it to flash. All right, well, you can, I'm sure you can see our two center timing marks right on par with each other. Timing mark is up. Timing mark is up. And then the two on the sides, where are you at here? Even with the head and even with the cylinder head. So our cam marks all correct. Come down here, we look at the ATI dampener. Let's see, I don't know how well this is gonna focus on this. Probably not too well, because you guys have a glare there, right where the TDC mark is. Oh, maybe you can see it there. Oh, this might show it better when I'm not looking at the GoPro, but I can tell you the TDC mark is right here, and it's lined up with our top dead center mark on the timing cover. So TDC, we are at top dead center. Cranks at TDC, both cams are at TDC, timing belt's tight. I mean, we're at top dead center, okay? we now ruled that out. Motor's at top dead center, 100%. Okay, you seen it, I've seen it, we all seen it. I've checked it, like I said, 8,001 times by now. So that's not the issue. And I know I'm getting fuel because I could literally smell it and see it in the cylinders. When I pulled spark plugs out, spark plugs are what we're getting fuel. The only other thing it can be is spark. That ain't nothing else. It's, you know, it's not like this is a complex like engine. It's simple. Fuel, spark, air, fuel, spark. That's all you need. So I'm gonna chase after this spark issue, and we're just gonna see what happens when we get this thing equipped with just a stock distributor, and we'll load a different, you know, my OG base map that I got, because that was before I told them that I was running a CPR kit. We're gonna get that base map loaded in. Should run off a distributor. Hopefully this thing just pops off, and we're all cracking Mountain Dews later. All right, so I'm gonna work on getting the distributor off, and I gotta look at what wires I have to flip-flop back and forth on the harness for the ECU, and then should be pretty simple. It's basically the wiring is gonna take the longest. Obviously replacing that's easy. Pulling those out, putting spark plug wires in, easy. Shouldn't take too long, and we'll be trying to crank this thing. So yeah. Alright, so I got the ICM wire swapped back out from what I did before, which was fun because I had to solder this stupid thing back together because I well, fucked up the pin the first time. So that's back in. Everything else should be right. Guess we'll find out. Turn the key, the laptop in here, get the moon tune put in it, and see what happens.
No, not now. Come on.
Right side, I see like 80 psi oil pressure. So we got oil pressure.
Man, well, that's good.
Just want to crack the fucking door, Damien?
Yeah, bud.
Or we're gonna like die in here.
I'm sure our eyeballs will love it. Just a little bit up.
Door.
Oh, where's the button?
Right
There. Just a little alcohol in the air, it'll be nice. Want it all the way open or just kind of like stop it?
That's fine right there. Alright guys, so it is now Sunday. Didn't film a lot after we actually got the car running, because we kind of just went out, got food, ended up having drinks, kind of celebrated the car actually running, you know, for the first time in 7 years that I've had the thing. This is the first time it's had a running engine in it, so pretty exciting stuff. Gonna kind of talk about why it didn't start initially. Because I don't think I talked about that. And so, like you seen in the video, I put a stock distributor on it, plug wires, did all that. I fixed the, or I D-pinned the one pin that I had to do on the ECU for the CPR kit, D-pinned that. I had to actually solder a wire. Whatever. I fixed the computer and went to crank it, and it just wouldn't start. And I, at that point, had no idea. I'm like, I am lost. I don't get it. We have fuel pressure. We got spark. I don't get why it's not working. And well, while I was cranking on it, my brother is not a mechanic in any way, but apparently watched Fast and Loud, and he out of left field was like, well, it sounds like it's out of sequence. Like the firing order isn't right. And I'm like, it's gotta be. I looked it up. It's gotta be right, right? I didn't jack that up. How did I jack that up? Well, we Googled what the distributor should look like, and we're looking at the plug wires that I put on, and yeah, I'm an idiot. I put them on the wrong way.
Ah, dang it, what an idiot!
So, come over here. I mixed a couple of them up. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. The firing order is 1432. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm an idiot. Anyways, moving on. We swapped them around. Smoking the pipe. She fired right up immediately. As you've seen, it just popped right off. There was nothing to it. So yeah. I mean, she runs. Got a running motor. Sounded great too. Not gonna lie. Just sounds awesome. So pretty stoked about that. No leaks. That's another thing that we kind of look at, other than maybe that fuel filter dripping. I'm not sure if the fuel filter down here was dripping or not. We didn't see any puddles, so maybe that O-ring like quit being lame. I don't know. But the other thing you might have, I don't know if it's in the video or not at this point, because haven't obviously edited all of it, but our oil pressure gauge, we had 80 psi of oil pressure, which was exciting to see because obviously I was kind of freaking out because I didn't know if the thing had oil pressure. But yes, we have like 80 psi oil pressure, pulling good vacuum, everything looked good. Now the CD7, I think I'm gonna have to do the same thing that Brad over at Unified had to do, and I'm gonna have to remake my can line because there was no information feeding to that thing. But it could be because I had Honda, I had the computer, the laptop plugged in Honda. I don't know. I gotta talk to Brad on that. Anyways, minor stuff. Keep plugging away on the car here. You know, like I said, no leaks. I didn't see any coolant leaks. Everything just seems to be good for now. I mean, fingers crossed, right? Yeah, so I guess next, guys, is I get the intercooler set on here. Get the intercooler mounted and actually in place. What else do I have? Charge piping. We gotta get some charge piping done, and finally start torquing all the suspension. Get all that torqued down, and really start buttoning up the car at this point. Windshield eventually, you know. I gotta get steering wheel hub and stuff. Get my steering wheel in here. I don't know. Yeah, from now, I mean, now it's just buttoning everything up, and then eventually getting this thing on the trailer and getting it on the dyno and making some jam. But it runs, guys, and pretty excited about it. Pretty pumped. So let me know what you guys think. I quit rambling here. I'm gonna get back in and watch the Vikings game. So hopefully you guys all have a great week, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my